Welcome to Biff's Mystery Theater. I have many tales to tell you. Ghost stories, murder stories, and tales that will make your bones chill. Join me, won't you? For Theater of the Mind, where you always have the best seat in the house. Now close your eyes and turn off the lights.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you a story of a ghost town and a practical joke that wasn't. We call it Hollywood Hostages. So now, starring Eve McVeigh and Tom Brown, here is tonight's suspense play, Hollywood Hostages.
That sun's really strong.
Yeah, murder. No director in Hollywood except the boy genius would have sent us out here.
There must be a ghost town closer to Hollywood.
There is. Beverly Hills after midnight.
I don't get it.
Get what?
Why he has to come to the middle of the desert to shoot this stuff. I can design sets that look a lot more like desert than this.
Oh, realism, my dear.
Well, Murphy does make good pictures.
The peasants know the difference. A picture's a picture.
I'd settle right now for the picture of a drink.
Well, look out at the sand.
For what?
Maybe you'll see a mirage with a drive-in.
How come everything on this road is closed?
Same reason Potterville closed. Ghost Town used to be a tourist trap, and the new freeway bypassed it. No tourists. No trap, just this lousy road.
I wonder how Murphy found out about this place.
From another zombie.
What's your knock on Murphy?
I hate practical jokers. This your first crack at a Murphy picture?
Mm-hmm.
You got 1 million laughs coming, if you live through 'em.
He can't be that bad.
Oh, you don't know how far that guy goes. I know him good. Too good. You know what he did the day I got married? He had his lawyer file suit for divorce in my name.
That's not very funny.
Mm-hmm. And last year, I go to Florida to find an alligator farm. Murphy calls a pal who puts my picture in every post office.
Post office?
Sure, saying I'm wanted by the cops in Detroit. Oh, yeah. Hilarious when I got picked up, too. The cops down there wired Detroit. Detroit wired they were sending a detective to bring me back. I was in a can a week before Murphy had him let me out. I told that boy genius this morning, though. One more of his jokes this trip, and he gets himself a new location scout. I don't need him. I can always go back to being an unemployed comic.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Is that the ghost town out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be. Potterville's 180 miles from Hollywood.
The speedometer says 170.
Oh, dandy. 10 more miles, and we'll be no place. Hurts bad, thanks.
Just hang on, partner. We get inside. You can lay down. Man, look at them cobwebs. Ain't nobody open that door for a spell. In we go, partner. Ain't no furniture, Fred. Just you lay down here. On the floor. I know, Fred. Them bullets hurt real bad.
Doc, I need a doc.
Fred, you seen for yourself. Ain't no doctor here. Ain't a living soul in this town except us.
But, Tex, I'll die.
Yeah. Guess you will at that. Too bad, but no sense in me waiting.
Tex, you can't just walk out.
Staying and dying with you ain't gonna be much help, is it? It's up to the others. Don't guess they'd be bust up splitting the bank money 2 ways instead of 4. Must have already got to my place. I can't keep waiting.
Tex, don't leave me.
Well, there ain't much else I can do, Fred. You just got a real bad piece of luck. That cop don't nick our gas tank, we'd have been at the cabin. So long, Fred.
Tex, no, please.
Grab your gun.
I knew you wouldn't walk out.
Grab your gun and drag yourself to this window. A car's coming.
Cops?
It's too far to tell. It must be. This road don't go nowhere else.
How'd they know we were here?
That cop who shot the gas tank. Maybe I didn't get him.
I don't see no car.
It's hid now by one of them dunes. There.
Yeah.
Now be ready. They are cops. We both better be shooting.
Welcome to Powderville.
Well, at least you've got no trouble parking. Got your camera?
Mm-hmm.
Creepy looking joint, huh?
Yeah. Now, hold it, Tommy. I want to get a shot of this board sidewalk.
Oh, yeah. You can't hardly get them no more.
Step back a little.
You, like those Polaroid cameras?
Great. You get your picture in a minute. If it comes up wrong, you shoot another one. Now we pull the film through till it clicks, and the picture develops by itself.
Well, come on, let's case the joint while that shot's cooking, huh? Better get a shot of that Wells Fargo office.
Okay.
Sure. Leave Wells Fargo out of a Western, you can't get a seal of approval.
Tommy. Listen. You hear anything?
Sure. Boards in the sidewalk. They squeak like $3 shoes.
No, a voice.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, that's from inside that place, the hotel. It's Conrad Hilton buying the joint.
No, I heard a man's voice.
Well, that sounds stronger than it looks.
I mean it.
Sure. Okay, you did hear a man's voice. So come on, let's make for the snapshots and curl up with a good bartender, huh? Hey, how many are you going to take?
I'm just about finished.
Get one of that blacksmith shop?
Not yet. Let's go around the corner first so I can get...
Hey, kid, drop the other shoe.
Tommy, that car. Those holes in the windshield.
Air conditioning.
They're bullet holes.
I now pronounce you J. Edgar Hoover.
What do you suppose...
That car's a prop. It wouldn't be a kosher ghost town without a bullet-riddled car.
Oh?
Sure, you jumpy. Too much fresh air will do that.
Well, I'll get this shot at the hotel.
Another one at the hotel?
I need this angle.
Well, go ahead. I'll go look around. Back in a minute. Grace. What is it?
A man.
A what?
I saw a man.
Oh, come on now.
No, honest, I got him.
You what?
In the picture.
What did he pose as?
He stuck his head out of the door just as I was taking the picture.
Yeah? Well, then what happened?
I looked up.
And he was gone?
Yes. But...
Oh, honey. The way you dramatize, you...
There he is.
Hey!
He's running to our car.
Yeah, and I left the keys in it. Come on. Hey! Hey, you!
Oh, he's gone.
That dirty little... No good, conniving.
You know him?
No, not that guy in the car, but don't you get it? He was planted.
Planted?
Yeah, to grab our car and strand us in the middle of the desert. Oh, I can hear that Murphy laughing now.
Murphy?
Natch!
This isn't funny.
No, it is to him. We've got no phone, no water, no food, and it's 23 miles to the nearest main highway.
Tommy,
Yeah.
got another cigarette?
Uh-huh.
Oh, can I have one?
Well, as soon as Murph sends the car back, they're in the glove compartment.
Thanks loads.
Oh, I told you. Murphy's a million laughs.
Those clouds are coming this way.
That's all we need now. Rain.
How long do you think we'll be here?
Till Murphy stops laughing.
It's almost 4 o'clock now. Oh, Tommy, I felt a drop of rain.
Yeah, me too. On your feet. Come on.
Where? Every roof is full of holes.
Well, the hotel's 2 stories. Maybe the water's not coming all the way down.
That's where Murphy's friend came from.
Come on, let's run. Careful on the steps.
Oh, I'm soaked.
Yeah, and if you get pneumonia, Murphy laughs all the time you're in the hospital. It's a tie-up with Blue Cross.
Oh, let's go inside.
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks.
Cheery little spot. Charles Adams does the decoration.
Well, at least it's dry in here. And
Now what?
by the window, on the floor, a man. There's blood on his shirt. He's alive.
Natch, don't you get it? It ain't blood, it's ketchup. He's another Murphy stooge from Central Casting.
You sure?
Look, kid, I'm a veteran. 6 pictures with Murphy. Now, come on. Come on, back to the porch. All right. Keep groaning, kid. You'll win an Academy Award.
Tommy, I'm cold. Let's go inside.
And listen to that bum play Russian comedy?
We've got to do something.
Like to play a checker polo?
How about walking to the highway?
Oh, not in that water. Not giving Murphy that satisfaction.
His conscience has to bother him sometimes.
He's got a cast iron heart.
Tommy,
What?
a car. That is a car, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If it was on the main highway, we couldn't see it, could we?
No. No, it's headed here, all right.
Oh, he finally took pity.
Hooray. He's human.
Actually, now that it's over, it wasn't a bad joke.
Oh, he may not be through yet.
What else can he do once we get the car back?
Wait till he opens the door on this side. I'd hate to wait this long and then drown on the sidewalk. Well, I hope you called Murphy and he got a real big laugh. Oh, no, you don't have to come up here for us.
Tommy,
just open the car doors.
He's got a gun.
Oh, brother, that Murphy keeps a joke going longer than he...
Get back.
Look, the joke is over. Let's go.
You ain't a-going no place.
Oh, yes, we are. Now, I've had enough of
I
this.
ain't never shot a lady yet. But, ma'am, there's always a first time. Now, both of you, get back inside.
are listening to Hollywood Hostages, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. In the long run, the security of a free country rests in the hands of its civilian soldiers. Professionals have their indispensable place, but the efficiency, strength, readiness, and the morale of our reserve components are vital. These are the words of President Eisenhower. This week, the nation is concentrating on National Defense Week as a tribute to our highly trained civilian reservists. More than 1,000 chapters of reserve officers' clubs around the country are observing National Defense Week with parades, meetings, and dinners. The rest of us join them in saluting the fine job the reservists do every week of every year. And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Tom Brown and Eve McVey starring in tonight's production, Hollywood Hostages, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Mister,
Yeah, ma'am?
you bring any food?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
They all want to play Gary Cooper.
How long do we have to stay here?
You can't rightly say.
Look, we've got some place to go.
Me too. Mighty important for me to get through that roadblock by the freeway, but
What do you care about the roadblock?
whole flock of cops up there.
So?
They're looking for 4 of us. Held up the bank this morning, over in Desert City.
You?
Fred there, by the window. He's one. I'm another.
All right. I'll give you the straight line. Who are the other two? Groucho and Harpo?
No, sir. Sit down.
Tommy, this might not be a joke.
Okay, you want to stay and chat? Go ahead. I'm leaving.
Tommy!
Now, look, pal. I know Murphy can keep a gag running longer than Oklahoma, but
I
never...
missed you that time because I wanted to. Next time might be different.
Can't you even tell us one thing?
What's that, ma'am?
Look, I've got a date tonight. How long did Murphy hire you for?
Murphy?
Honey, he can't let on until the Marines rescue us in the nick of time. And then that bum on the floor gets up.
You hadn't ought to be talking like that about Fred. He was a nice fella. If I was you, I'd cut out them wisecracks.
Oh, you should have caught me when I played the Palace. I used to make 1,000 people at a time wish I'd cut out them wisecracks. Oh, come on, pal. You got your laugh, so let's blow the joint, huh?
We ain't leaving.
Why not?
Well, I told you, ma'am. There's a roadblock.
Okay.
As long as Murphy don't take us so sorry, I don't care how long we stay.
But I'm hungry.
Oh, he won't stop us. That bad he ain't.
Say, I got me an idea. Maybe we don't have to stay here.
Oh, no, you're cooking.
Them cops, they ain't a-looking for you. If you was to sit in front, me in back. Yeah, that's real smart of me. Come on.
Say, pal,
Yeah?
how about Itty Bitty Buddy on the floor? How's he getting back? My camel?
Wish we could take Fred.
Well, there's plenty of room in the back. Fred!
Well, that's nice of you, ma'am, but we better be going without him.
Wait here with him, Grace. I'll open the car doors. Come on.
I'm getting under the blanket back here.
Do we have to keep playing?
Lady, just you and him don't say nothing wrong when we get to that there roadblock.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause you'll have that there shooting iron pointing at my head.
That's right.
Yeah, I know that whole bit.
Mister, I don't rightly know why, but I like you. Guess maybe it's 'cause you don't scare easy.
Oh, I've been working for Murphy too long. But no more. I've had enough. The minute we hit Hollywood, I'm through.
That roadblock is right up ahead a piece.
I reckon so, partner.
Mister, I told you once. I don't like folks making fun of me.
Tommy, please.
Now, I'm getting under this here blanket again.
Mm-hmm. Sweet dreams.
You better slow down.
Now, don't you start giving me orders.
Shouldn't we get in that line?
Huh? Oh, I guess so.
What a night.
Murphy's probably having a party at Forest Lawn.
There's a police car.
Well, how do you think they blocked the road, with meatballs?
Remember what I said.
Oh, I'll never forget that. 77 years.
The policeman's
ago.
waving his flashlight.
Okay. Oh, fine. Now the window's stuck.
Good evening.
No comment.
We're looking for two men. One about 5 feet 7 inches tall, black hair, around 30 years of age. He might be wounded. The other man's about 6 feet 1 inch tall, about 35 years old, blonde hair, and he was wearing blue jeans and cowboy boots.
Yes, officer.
We haven't seen them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tommy.
Lady, you almost just got killed.
Tommy, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you tell
And
the
let
officer?
Murphy tell everybody at the Derby he scared me so much I copped a plea? No, ma'am.
But the policeman, he described this one, and the man on the floor back in Powderville.
Sure, I told you how far Murphy goes. He's even got the cops in on this one.
At least it stopped raining.
Bully, that makes my whole day.
Slow up, mister.
What for?
Turn off this here road just over the hill.
But that's not the way back to Hollywood.
We ain't a-going back to Hollywood, ma'am.
Where are we a-going?
Meet them other two fellas. They got the money. They threw it in their car when we run out of the bank.
Tommy, it's true.
Look, suppose I believe you. Now, mind you, I'm not
Don't
saying...
rightly seem to matter.
What happens after we get to their cabin?
Be crossing that bridge when we come to it, ma'am. Here, mister. Turn off here.
Okay.
That's fine. Now, just keep it driving up into them hills. There's the place.
Pretty little hovel.
Drive around to the side.
Oh, you only use the front way in formal clothes, huh?
Turn off the motor. Now, give me the keys.
Oh, now, come on, pal. How far do you want
Give
an
me the
idiot to...
keys.
Tommy, please. Here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now what happens?
I'm a-going in the side here. You two go knock on the front door.
Why?
I'd just like to be sure my friends ain't a-planning no surprise for me.
You mean...
Just do like I say. Open the door. Now, go knock on the front door.
Look, why should we... Okay, I've seen more guns today than Gene Autry. Come on, Grace.
Tommy,
Huh?
can we run for it?
Where?
Any place.
Oh, too dark, too far to the highway.
Tommy!
Oh, now I'm sure this is a Murphy gag.
Are you crazy? Somebody inside's been
Honey,
shot.
in a minute that door will open and old Tex will say, I guess you folks can come in now.
But those were gunshots.
Sure. And inside we'll see two more guys playing dead.
It's him.
Hitch.
Guess you folks can come in now.
Hark, the evening coyotes.
Tommy,
What?
how can you?
Oh, stiff upper, old girl.
Tommy, I'm scared. What's he doing in that room?
Probably calling Murphy and giving him a blow-by-blow.
But those two men on the floor, and the money, that was real money.
Murphy always goes for good props. Now, honey, use your head. Look, if those two guys were going to double-cross him, would they wait here till he got back? No, they just walk out with the loot.
Maybe it's like he said. They needed someplace to hide, but they didn't need him to take a share.
I can tell a Murphy story when I hear one. Oh, I'll get the gas chamber for killing Murphy, but it'll be worth it.
Okay. Come on. You too, ma'am.
We really going home?
Just part way. As far as the cliff.
Oh, that does it. If Murphy thinks he's throwing in a hokey bit like pushing the car off the cliff,
Shut up.
I'm not...
Tommy, he isn't fooling.
You're right, lady. Now, both of you turn and walk out that door. When we get to the car, we'll...
Don't move!
Huh?
Don't move! I'll take that gun. This time, Parker, we got stronger cuffs. All right, hold him out. Now, one of you own this camera?
Me? Where did you find it, officer?
One of our men found it in the hotel at the old ghost town. Looked inside, saw the last picture you took.
The last picture?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the one where he stuck his head out of the door.
That's right. We recognized him, got a tip on his cabin, and made it here as quick as we could.
Did I tell you?
Tell me what?
In the nick of time, in popped the Marines.
Mister, I gotta hand it to you. You took this pretty calm.
Okay. Okay, now let's cut the clowning, huh?
But didn't you know? He's Tex Parker, wanted for 3 murders, and from the looks of it, he's 2 more over there.
Those guys dead. Who are you kidding?
I'm not kidding, buddy.
Okay. Okay, so the gag's finished now, huh? All right. Okay, boys, wake up. Time for wakey. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Tommy, don't.
Come on. Hey, that's not ketchup. They are dead.
Tommy.
Okay, lady. We'll go as soon as we can bring him to.
Suspense, in which Eve McVey and Tom Brown starred in tonight's presentation of Hollywood Hostages. Next week, we bring you the true story of 5 polar explorers and their race against death. We call it The Diary of Captain Scott. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed in Hollywood by Anthony Ellis. Tonight's script was written by Jerry Lewis. The music was composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Don Diamond, Frank Gerstle, and John Larch.
A hot money racket proves to be a shortcut to the cooler once the FBI in Peace and War goes into action tomorrow night. Harassed by personal debt, the cashier at the $50 window at a large racetrack falls for a big-time racketeer's scheme for passing stolen money through the betting window. But before he can solve his personal financial problems, the FBI in Peace and War gets on his trail, and not long after that, another welcome mat appears, right outside the gate to the penitentiary. For a thrill-a-minute drama, don't miss the FBI in Peace and War at this same time tomorrow night. Stay tuned for 5 minutes of CBS News, to be followed on most of these stations by The Jack Carson Show. The Radio Workshop presents the new and unusual Friday nights on the CBS Radio Network.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you a story of jealousy and hatred in a circus aerial act. We call it Gallardo. So now, starring Victor Perrin, here is tonight's suspense play, Gallardo.
I am not sure just when it was that I first knew I must kill Nicky. But when I knew, I accepted it and waited. This night, as always before our turn, we had been out in our coveralls and slop shoes for our last-minute check of the rig, testing the guy lines, tightening the screws. We did our work, but now it was not the same between us. We did not meet with our eyes. When we passed each other in the dressing room, we did not speak. Parted down the entrance tunnel to the ring, I saw Nicky slow a moment to wait for Feather. Then he put his arm on her shoulder and leaned over to whisper to her. I saw her smile for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gallardo, the sensational, world-famous aerialists, with their daring, dazzling, death-defying performance of the Flying Trapeze!
And the waiting was over. This night I would kill Nicky. I went up the ladder and took my place in the catch trap. Then I watched while Feather climbed to the pedestal board. So graceful, so lovely, so cruel. I shut my eyes tight with the pain of loving Feather, and I thought of that day she joined us.
Just call me Feather.
I am Nicky. This is Rudy Gallardo.
Brothers?
We are the same as brothers.
You don't look alike.
I am ugly. Nicky is beautiful. Eh?
Oh, I didn't mean that.
There now, I do not mean to embarrass you. You see, I know I am ugly, and I have great pride in Nicky's beauty.
Rudy, stop that. I was raised with Rudy by his family, you see.
I caught Nicky's first leap.
When I was 6 and he was 9.
Even at 9, one could see I had the shoulders for catching, but could never be a flyer like my father before me.
Circus family, huh?
In the circus, there have been Gallardos for over 100 years.
I joined a circus to get away from a farm in Nebraska.
Well, you are recommended by Concello.
Yeah, I toured with the big show last season. An act with 6 girls in Delamere. He was the principal flyer.
He's good.
Yeah.
Now, here is the setup of our act, Miss Feather.
Oh, just Feather. I left my real name in Nebraska.
I see. Now, we open with you doing a seat jump, then a fliffy and maybe a double. You do the double.
Well, I'll have to work on it.
You will practice. Then we do some passing leaps. I do a double full twister, cutaway maybe. We'll work it out. Then, of course, I finish with the triple.
Oh, I've heard about your triple.
Oh, you have?
I've heard you're as good as Cordona.
Oh, no. Cordona was the master. Maybe someday I shall be as good.
He is better than Cordona. He is the best ever.
Rudy, if I am that good, it's only because I have the best catcher ever. The flyer is only as good as his catcher, and you are the best.
You boys have quite a mutual admiration society going, haven't you?
But this is true. Always there are Rudy's strong wrists, right there when I need them.
You use a net, of course.
The net is there, yes, but...
The net is nothing in Nicky's triple. After the third spin on the breakout, so fast he comes, he would overshoot the apron every time.
But we never think about that. There will always be Rudy there to catch me.
Nicky had climbed to the pedestal board and was dipping into the rosin. Feather reached for the fly bar, ready for her first leap. As she started her swing, I locked my legs in the uprights and hung head down to catch her. On the catch, I thought of that day we started rehearsals, the first time I caught Feather. It was the first time there had ever been bad words between Nicky and me. I remembered that and the things that came after.
That's terrible! Come down here!
Wait, Feather. What's that?
I said come down here! Feather! You too, Rudy.
What's eating him?
We will see. But don't try a come-down drop in the net. Take the rope.
Hey, Whitey! Whitey, get a spirit level on that long bar. The frame looks cockeyed.
Here. I will help you.
Thanks. You handled that net up there like it was a mattress.
Oh, no. The net is never friendly. But it is better now than in the old days. In my father's time, the nets were made by fishermen, and they had knots at the joints. What's the trouble, Nicky? Why did you call us down?
Because I thought it might be interesting to find out from Feather here just what she calls that stunt she favored us with, eh?
Well, I'm sorry.
It was a flyer we wanted, not a clown.
I know it was bad.
Bad? Never saw such a welt of arms and legs going in all directions.
Well, the first try is bound.
I thought you were a flyer.
I'll do it again.
Yes, you'll do it again and again and again. And you will please not make me sick with such a performance as I just saw.
Nicky, do not be so hard on her. Anyone can get rusty.
We've got 3 weeks to get this act ready.
You will please not boss my act.
Your act?
Feather will rest. You will rehearse. Get up on the flybar.
You cannot order me around.
Get up on the flybar.
I'm sorry, Rudy. I guess we better call this rehearsal off.
You do not make the decisions. I am Gallardo.
Just the same, I am going to my dressing room.
Come in.
Nicky, what have I done?
Rudy, what's the matter with you?
I do not know. Truly, I do not know.
I never saw you so touchy.
To think I would talk to you like that, just the same as my own brother you are. I'm sorry, Nick.
That's all right. But, Rudy, watch it, huh? It's no good for a catcher to get jumpy.
It is just the last few days since that woman has been here.
Feather?
Yes. Did you ever see anything so beautiful? And yet there is something. I do not know. I cannot explain it. You cannot reach her. Like her eyes. Have you noticed her eyes?
Well, of
they
course.
They are big and yellow, like the eyes of a cat. And you look into them for a deepness that should be there and see only that they are big and yellow.
Oh, come now, Rudy.
And you wonder if maybe the deepness is not for you to see. So you look again and again, and it becomes a frantic searching for something that should be there.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Yes, I do not understand either, but she bothers me.
Rudy, she's only been here a few days.
Yes, that is it, Nicky. It is because she is new.
My friend, Feather is as old as Eve.
Don't jump like that. I'm not going to bite you.
You startled me. I was thinking about that cat.
I think you're scared of me. We've been on the road for over a month and you've hardly talked to me.
No, it is not that.
Well, maybe you're shy. Is that it?
Maybe.
Oh, Rudy, you're cute. Hey, I've seen you staring into that cage before. What's the fascination?
I do not know. She's lovely.
I think you're in love with that cat.
Did you know a Black Panther like that one killed Nicky's father?
No.
Not many people work with Black Panthers. Nicky's father had 8 tigers and a panther, which he loved. A beautiful animal. One night in the ring, the panther ripped him open.
Oh.
When they brought him to the dressing room, already dead, Nicky's mother looked at him, then took a gun to the menagerie and shot each cat between the eyes. Then she turned the gun on herself. That is when my mother took Nicky to raise.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is life. Things happen.
But why do you come so often to stare into this cage?
I do not know. She is so beautiful. I cannot figure out her treachery.
You're a strange one.
We're moving tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Rudy, don't you think I'm beautiful?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's the matter? Don't you like me? Rudy, don't you like me?
Feather.
Well, that's better. I don't like to be ignored. It bothers me.
Feather. Beautiful Feather.
Oh, Rudy, you're cute. You're real cute.
Hey, Rudy, hand me that towel, huh?
Catch.
Thanks. Well, it's a good show tonight, huh?
Yes. Your best clothes are out.
I'm going into town tonight.
We're moving tomorrow.
I know it. Where are you going, huh? What are you going to do tonight yourself?
I think I will go play pinochle with Princess Olga.
Princess Olga? She's over 70. Rudy, why don't you get yourself a girl? Have a little fun, huh?
You have a girl, Nicky?
I'm taking Feather into town.
You're taking Feather?
Yeah, we're going to have a little fun.
You like Feather?
Oh, she's quite a girl.
Are you in love with her?
Oh, maybe I am.
I love her.
What?
I love Feather.
But you hardly talk to her. What do you mean?
I guess I have loved her from the first time I saw her. Today she followed me into the menagerie after matinee. I kissed her. She wanted me to.
Oh, Rudy, she was teasing.
Don't say that.
All right. Don't get sore. But look, she's my girl.
Why should you have everything?
What's the matter with you, Rudy?
Maybe I'm jealous.
You know, lots of times I don't understand you. Right now, I don't understand you at all. This is silly. There shouldn't be this trouble between us.
You are right, Nicky. It is not good. But the trouble was there, and it grew until now, this night, when I knew that I must kill Nicky. I knew how it must be done, in the triple. Then there would be no mistake. Just a little higher on my backswing. Just a little slower coming in, a part of a second. And then, after the third spin, on the breakout, Nicky would reach, and I would not be there.
You are listening to Gallardo, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Now, a public service message from CBS Radio. In time of flood or fire or other disaster, feeling sorry for the victims is not enough. When disaster strikes, someone must be on the spot and on the job to help. With your support, the Red Cross will be there. Join and serve your local Red Cross chapter now.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Victor Perrin, starring in tonight's production, Gallardo, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
We were midway through the act, preparing for the passing leap. It is a flashy thing, not difficult, but our timing had to be perfect. I sat on the bar of the catch trap and checked the tape on my wrists. Feather and Nicky dipped into the rosin. I waited for the signal, and I remembered. I remembered we'd been out about 3 months when we hit the storm. Rain day and night. We played to empty houses and lived in mud. Then came the wind that ripped the canvas and splintered the king pole. We had to cancel. We could not move on because a washout had closed the roads to all but emergency traffic, and our wagons could not get through. This is not good for circus people, to sit and wait. Allow me to remind you again, Princess Olga, it was your trick. You draw.
Oh, yeah. Rudy, for goodness sake, stop that drumming with your fingers.
Sorry. And what is that, please?
My melt.
You melt before you draw. You have already drawn a card.
Rodolfo Gallardo, I have had enough of your sauciness. I have been playing pinochle for twice as many years as you have been born now. Mind your manners.
I am sorry.
I should hope so. Forget the cards. I'll make us some tea. I visited the stables this morning. My horses are as ill-tempered as the rest of us.
It is this waiting.
The circus must move to breathe free. They'll have tea ready soon. Rudy.
Yes?
I have known you since you were born, and your parents before you. Nicky, too. I was on the show. I remember so well. I was ready for my turn, waiting in the tunnel. That night, the panther... Well, anyway, I'm not just a meddlesome old woman. Is it true what I hear?
What is that?
That Nicky is running with that woman and drinking?
A flyer does not drink during season.
They are saying that Nicky goes into the towns with that woman and comes back drunk. You didn't know?
No, I guess Nicky has not had much time for me lately.
Oh, that woman. She's bad.
Feather?
That Jenna come lately. She doesn't belong. She's not certain.
She is a good flyer.
She is a perfect machine. The precision of her movements is like a mathematical truth, but there is something missing. What? Heart? Heart. She has no heart.
She is beautiful.
Well, all right. So she is. This is no reason for Nicky to lose his head. Let him have his fun. He is a beautiful man.
Yes, he is.
But drinking at late hours are not for a flyer. Not during season.
I will talk to him.
Do that, Rudy. I don't want to meddle, but do that.
I have been looking for you, Nicky. What are you doing?
I had some money locked in my trunk. I wanted to get it. I'm going into town.
Into town?
Whitey has permission to take a truck through to get supplies. I'm going with him. This waiting is driving me crazy.
Are you taking Feather?
No. What difference would it make if I was?
No difference, I guess.
Rudy, why don't you try minding your own business?
What do you mean?
You're always clucking around like an old mother hen.
No, I am not. I have hardly talked to you lately.
The way you look at me, I don't like it.
What are you saying, Nicky? I haven't seen enough of you to even know if what they are saying is true.
They are saying? Tell me, what is it that they are saying,
That you have been drinking. Is it true? Is it true?
I am not a child, Rudy.
They say you take Feather into town and that you come back drunk.
That's it. You are jealous.
No, I am not.
You are. You're jealous because Feather prefers me,
That is not what counts now. A flyer does not drink during the season.
I do my act, do I not? I'm good. The triple? I'm as good as Codona, you said so yourself.
You are splendid, Nicky, but you can't afford one mistake.
You make me sick. I know you, Rudy. You're jealous of that, too.
What?
That I am the flyer, while you hang in the catch trap. Yes, you are Gallardo, but the applause is for me,
Oh, no, Nicky.
Come on, be honest, Rudy. You hate me.
Nicky, no. Oh, no.
Hi. Oh, I gotta have somebody to talk to. I don't know how you boys feel about it, but if we don't move out of this soggy dump pretty soon, I'm going nuts.
Hello, Feather.
Hey, Nicky, you're all dressed up. Where you going?
Into town. Whitey's taking a truck in.
Take me with you?
I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, please, Nicky. I want to get away from this place.
It's not possible.
Nicky, please.
No!
Nicky! Well, how do you like that?
Feather, your clothes, they are wet.
What else? In case you'd like to know, it's raining. Look at these shoes, soaked.
No.
What's the matter?
Your shoes.
Well?
On the makeup shelf.
So?
Take them off.
What?
Take them off!
Rudy, what's eating you?
It is bad luck.
Oh, I think this rain's driving everybody nuts.
Inattention shoes on the makeup shelf bring bad luck. All circus people know that.
Honestly, if that isn't the silliest thing I ever heard, you circus people...
Never mind, Feather. Forget it.
Oh, Rudy. You're cute. Why don't you come over to my wagon and keep me company? I have some wine.
Thank you, Feather. I do not drink.
Well, that's all right. Come and keep me company anyway. I don't want to be alone. This rain...
I would like that.
Oh, wait, my shoes.
Here, let me help you.
What's the matter, Rudy?
Matter?
You're shaking.
What?
Okay, Rudy. Well, come on. How do you like that Nicky going off like that without me? There now. That little wine didn't hurt you, did it? Now we'll have one together. Here, let me fill your glass.
No, I don't think so, Feather. No more.
Don't be silly. I feel much better since I got those wet clothes off and into something comfortable. Come on, Rudy, we'll drink a toast. To us.
To us? To you and to me? Oh, Feather.
Rudy, for heaven's sakes, quit mooning at me like that.
Do not make fun of me. I love you.
Oh, Rudy.
Please, Feather. I love you, but you are Nicky's girl.
Nick? Say, who does he think he is going off like that without me?
I would never leave you.
No, I guess you wouldn't.
But Nicky leaves, and then you are here with me.
He can't get away with that stuff with me.
Without Nicky, there would be you and me.
I ought to show him a thing
No,
or two.
Nicky.
Who does he think
Just
he is,
us.
anyway?
More
Who
wine.
does he think he is?
Feather? Feather?
Huh? What?
More wine. I want to drink again. To us.
You were right. You aren't used to this stuff, are you, Rudy?
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice to be warm inside and happy with us. No, Nicky. Just us.
That Nicky.
To you, my beautiful panther.
What?
You are beautiful like the panther is beautiful.
Well, I've been called a lot of things.
Yellow eyes like the panther.
You're tight.
What?
You're drunk.
Is that it? It is nice.
Oh, Rudy, you're cute.
I have not known much happiness such as this. To sit comfortably with a woman as lovely as you. To be warm inside. It's good. It is very pleasant.
Hey, Feather, if you can be ready in 3 minutes, you can go into town. We'll be down by the cook tent. 3 minutes now. We don't wait.
Nicky.
Feather, stay here.
What?
You aren't going with him.
Of course I'm going with him, you clown.
The storm passed, the roads cleared, and we moved on to the next town, and the next, and the next. And always with me was the memory of the warmth and pleasantness of that moment with the woman, the cruel and beautiful woman, and the knowing that as long as there was Nicky, this could not be for me. Until finally this night, when I knew Nicky must die. We passed the signal to time the passing leap. Feather reached for the flybar, and I locked in the uprights ready for the catch. First Feather, then Nicky, then Feather, then Nicky. Feather, Nicky, faster, faster, Feather, Nicky, like a juggler, like a crazy juggling act. Feather, Nicky, but wait, something was wrong. Feather, Nicky, it was Nicky. His timing was off. Nicky! He came in too fast at the end of his swing. I felt that my arms were tearing out, but I held. And in that second I knew Nicky, my brother, my friend. I could not kill Nicky. what madness had been on me. It was that woman. She did not belong. She was not circus. Feather, Nicky was taking too much lift. He was going to...
Ladies and gentlemen, and Zara, direct from the continent of Europe, with her unequaled equestrian interlude.
That is how it happened. We were off rhythm. Nicky took too much lift. He came in high and crashed me. In the circus, for over 100 years, there have been Gallardos. I am the first Gallardo to tend the cats, the lions, the tigers, the panther. I find it pleasant enough. But of course, I often think how fine it would be to climb the ladder, to take my place in the catch trap, wait for the signal, lock in the uprights, and get ready for the catch, perhaps even in the big show with Nicky and Feather. Now there is nothing but to watch them. And this brace, I must wear this brace for always. Since that night Nicky crashed me and I fell, I no longer have the shoulders for catching. Well, that is life. Things happen.
Suspense, in which Victor Perrin starred with Tony Barrett in tonight's presentation of Gallardo. Next week, we bring you the story of a day in the life of a woman who awaits an execution. We call it The Murderess. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed in Hollywood by Anthony Ellis. Tonight's suspense story was written by Ann Dowd. The music was composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Eleanor Tannen, Bill Justine, and Virginia Gregg.
Tomorrow night, over most of these same stations, the FBI in Peace and War takes you along when they crack open another crime case. And though you're just an innocent bystander, you'll be in on every single thrill in this fast-moving demonstration of the law in action. Don't miss the excitement as the FBI in Peace and War goes out to get its man at this time tomorrow night. Stay tuned for 5 minutes of CBS News to be followed on most of these same stations by The Jack Carson Show. Thursday nights, there's action in the 21st Precinct on the CBS Radio Network.
Tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you a transcribed story of a day in the life of a woman who awaits an execution. We call it The Murderess. So now, starring Kathy Lewis, here is tonight's suspense play, The Murderess. She awoke earlier that morning, earlier than she had thought she would. Purposely, she had gone to bed later the night before, read later. Then, to ensure the blessed passage of unconscious time, taken something to make her sleep, something to keep her from the slow morning hours. The bedside clock showed 8 a.m., but she knew it sometimes ran slow, and so she picked up the phone.
At the tone, the time will be 8:06 and 30 seconds.
Automatically, she adjusted the clock and noted the ashtray overflowing with half-smoked cigarette stubs. 11 hours and 53 and a half minutes. Cheat the seconds and say 11 hours and 53 minutes exactly. It would be finished then. And she thought, calmly, as she had promised herself she would think today.
I know I can't help thinking about it. It's silly to try and push it away. But I've got to occupy myself with every minute, every second. Then the time will pass. There's lots of things to do. And I'm lucky. I didn't think I'd be able to sleep at all. And I did get 5 hours. I'm lucky.
She got out of bed, and knowing the morning paper would be lying outside her door, she perversely delayed the moment when she would bring it in, instead, going to the kitchen and turning on the flame under the kettle. It was at that moment of brushing teeth, washing face, that she saw, for the first time that day, the face in the mirror, her own. And she was drawn to it, leaning close over the sink, examining, searching, seeing in an instant of bright objectivity another face, a stranger.
Murderer. Murderess. You, not me, but you. Your lips are chapped. It's always this time of year they get that way. You're a murderess. You killed someone. You killed him. I saw you.
And when the face stared back unmoved, she was afraid, and reached up to touch the face, to feel it, and know she was herself, and not the thing in the mirror. It was 8:30 when she sat at the kitchen table to drink her tea and open the morning's newspaper.
Bailey execution tonight.
March 27th, Margaret Bailey, convicted slayer of her husband John Bailey, is scheduled to die in the electric chair tonight at 8 o'clock. After a lengthy trial and fruitless appeals, the attractive widow is still, according to her attorney, H. Hillman Adams, maintaining her innocence. No official word has been received from the governor's office, but it's felt unlikely that a last-minute reprieve will be forthcoming. Mrs. Bailey, who shot and killed her husband 4 months ago, is reported to have spent last night in prayer.
That's not a good thing to do. I mustn't read anymore. When I go out, I won't look at the headlines on the newsstands. I won't listen to the news broadcast. Not today. That was very silly to read that. I wonder if I'd be praying. I wonder what she feels. Oh. Who is it?
Laura, ma'am. Morning, honey.
Laura. Laura. I forgot. You know, I forgot you were coming today.
Honey, if I had a nickel for every time I forgot. My auntie used to say to me, Laura, if you don't have your head screwed on tight, you'd forget it and leave it somewhere sure as the angel.
I've got some coffee on.
Oh, that would be fine. I never did get a decent cup of coffee this morning. Oh, everything was late. Bus was late. One of those devil-in-the-air mornings, I guess.
Cream and sugar?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm on my diet again.
Here.
Oh, thank you. It's a truly shame, poor woman. Pretty thing. At our ladies' meeting the other night, we were talking about her. Most of us don't think that she done it. Oh, ain't it awful, Miss Marion? When you think there's a life that's going to be no more in a few hours.
Laura.
She spent last night in prayer. Bless her heart. You know, Miss Marion, I guess I'm a silly, thoughtful woman, but I look at that face, and I say, Laura, that Mrs. Bailey, she's no murderer. Just from her face, I say that.
I don't think the court agrees with you, Laura.
Court? Somebody had to pay, and they picked her. Because if you ask me, with these elections coming up and everything, they had to find her guilty.
That's silly.
Oh, no, ma'am. I don't think it purely is. From what I read, there's lots of chances for another woman to have done it. The other woman.
You sound just like one of those scandal magazines, Laura. Laura.
Well, if you ask me right now, someone is sitting laughing to herself right this minute. And she knows what she's done. And the good Lord will take care of her all right. You see.
You'd better start vacuuming as soon as you finish your coffee, Laura. I'm going to get dressed.
She knew it had been a mistake to sit down with Laura. She'd wanted to make small talk, the friendly, non-important things that passed the time, or listening to Laura's pseudo-intellectual philosophies which the cleaning woman so proudly expounded, and yet showing under the surface almost profound wisdom. She might even have talked to Laura about herself, of unhappiness, fear, relieving the pressing weight without disclosing the secret. But now, Laura was alien. Laura suspected something that she knew. It was 10 o'clock, and there were 10 more hours until 8.
Get it, Laura. Hello.
Hello, dear.
Hello, Mother.
How are you?
Fine.
Did I wake you up?
No, I've been up since 8.
Oh, is Laura there?
Yes. Do you want to talk to her?
No, just tell her I'm expecting her on Monday. I wasn't sure whether it would be Monday or Tuesday, but I decided Monday.
All right.
Are you all right, dear?
Yes, I'm fine.
You got one of those headaches again? I wish you'd go to the doctor about it. It worried me so much.
I'm fine, Mother. I haven't got a headache.
Oh, I'm glad. Would you like to come over for dinner tonight? I thought I'd...
No, thanks. Thanks, Mother. I've got a date.
Oh?
It's nobody you know, Mother.
Well, that's all right, dear. I thought you might like to watch TV. There's a very good show at 8 o'clock. Jackie...
I'm sorry, Mother.
Maybe you could bring a date for dinner. And we could watch the show at 8, and then you could go on to wherever you're going.
I told you, Mother, I can't. Look, I've got to go now. I'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow.
All right, dear. Goodbye.
Miss Marion, can you help me? I want to move the cabinet, ma'am. It hasn't been cleaned behind there since Noah.
Oh, all right.
You just take the corner, honey. All right. Don't strain yourself. Just kind of lean. I'll do the pushing. Now. Just a whisker more. There. My, honey. If you've been missing any bills and things, that's where they are. Ooh-wee. I declare.
I'll take them, Laura.
Well, here you are. Oh, what a nice-looking gentleman.
Give it to me.
It's
a picture of him. I thought I'd lost it. I thought it was lost. She saw it. His picture was in the papers. She'll remember. She'll think about it, and she'll remember. It's a picture of a cousin of mine. I never liked him. He was a black sheep, if you know what I mean. It caused a lot of trouble, Laura. I'd almost forgotten all about him. I'm sorry I was rude. It just brought back very unpleasant memories.
Oh, why, sure. That's all right. I understand. I had an uncle like that once. Oh, he was the devil. Funny thing, though. That cousin of yours sure reminds me of somebody. Somebody I've seen or know. Now, who could that be?
You are listening to The Murderess, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Hello, this is Marvin Miller. We'll return to our program in a moment, but first, here's something to think about. The United States of America is young among the nations of the world, but it has proven the value of its way of life. Perhaps the most important words in our national heritage are the first three words of the Constitution. We, the people. The people are in power, not an individual or a party or a group of individuals, but the people as a whole. The communists have corrupted this word people, just as they have made the words peace and freedom and liberty seem meaningless. Ask the citizen in one of the communist people's republics just how much he has to say about how his government is run. With us, the word means exactly what it says. It means everybody, no exceptions. And as citizens, we recognize our two responsibilities. First, to know what our rights are. And second, to defend those rights.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Miss Kathy Lewis, starring in tonight's production, The Murderess, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
It was noon. She had listened to the sounds of Laura vacuuming, kitchen harmonies, clinking of china, ring of silver. She had bathed and dressed automatically, slowly, always listening, waiting for a pause in Laura's cleaning ritual, a pause that might indicate that she had remembered whose face it was in the photograph.
If she does remember, and she comes to me, what will I say? Do.
And fastening the pearl necklace, hands momentarily frozen behind her neck. The sounds in the kitchen had stopped. The clasp of the necklace was secured, but all of the plans so carefully made to ease the passage of this terrible day were gone. She knew she could never recapture them. She thought.
But after tonight, it will be better. And tomorrow, and next week, and next month. Better. It's only the waiting for tonight. That's all. What about Laura? Photograph. Supposing she did remember him from the newspaper pictures. Supposing she knows and doesn't say anything to me. Waits until I go out, then calls the police.
Be careful now, honey. It's slick over there.
Laura, I'm going out for a while, get my hair washed. If anyone calls, tell them I'll be home by 2 or 2:30.
Yes, ma'am.
There's some cold cuts if you want them for lunch.
Oh, I'll be fine. Just a cup of soup, that's all.
She put on her hat and coat and left the apartment, closing the door with unnecessary force. At the the elevator door, she stopped and waited for a few moments.
It's silly. She doesn't know anything, suspect anything. Besides, she didn't have a chance to look at the picture for more than a second or two. Who'd believe her? Lots of people resemble other people. Unless the police do suspect somebody else and they know it wasn't his wife. But if the newspaper stories were just a trick trying to make me think that she was going to die tonight, knowing she's innocent...
Yes, I know. Yes. 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 Well, I saw with my own eyes. Yes. Well, I'm just telling you what I know. That's right.
Laura.
Oh, Miss Marion, I didn't hear you.
Who are you talking to, Laura?
My sister Mary. No, baby, it's Miss Marion. I'll talk to you later. Yes. Goodbye. Oh, you sure did scare the lights out of me, honey.
I'm sorry. I forgot something.
And with the lie fresh on her lips, she went into the bedroom, sat on the bed, suddenly, feeling pale and cold. It was 12:15 on the bedroom clock. She had called the hairdresser and canceled the appointment. She knew that she couldn't leave the apartment, not at least until after Laura had gone, and that wouldn't be until 4:30. Laura had been calling the police. She was convinced of that.
But I don't think they believed her. Still, they might begin to wonder. They might investigate.
She was lying on the bed, arms folded behind her head, aware that her shoes were still on, sharp heels endangering the lacy counterpane, but not caring. Hearing the sounds of Laura's humming and an occasional groan as she stooped to her work.
Even if they did come, they'd never find the picture. They couldn't prove anything. I'd deny it. But what would I have to deny? I mustn't do that. Then they would suspect. Oh, I wish I could sleep. This isn't the way it was supposed to be today. Oh, I think I'll make some coffee. Hello?
Alice?
No. What number do you want?
Batting 35769.
You have the right number, but there's no one living here by that name.
I'm sorry.
You all right, honey?
Yes.
Well, you want me to make you a bite of something to eat?
I'm just going to make some coffee.
Well, maybe you'd feel more chipper if you... You want me to answer?
I will. Hello?
Alice? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it's still the wrong number.
Honey, you're real pale. Why don't you take off your shoes and take a lie down?
Somebody trying to frighten me. That's the second time he called.
Now, you take yourself a nap. That'll fix you.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, but, honey, you're all wrought up. You got something troubling you, Miss Marion? Want to tell me?
Why do you say that? There's nothing wrong with me.
Was it seeing that cousin of yours, the one in the picture? Now, you can tell Laura. It was an old gentleman friend, not your cousin, wasn't it? And seeing him upset you, didn't it? I could tell. Oh, well, I'll make you a cup of coffee. Now, you lay down for a spell, and when I come back, you can talk it all out, honey. Make you feel better.
You better get back to your work, Laura. I'm going out now.
Honey, I'm worried about you. I wish you wouldn't go.
She didn't turn around, didn't answer the maid, pausing only for an instant to take up her pocketbook and coat. Then she left the house. For an hour, she walked in the city, aimless, not thinking, not seeing. And it wasn't until she noticed a cruising patrol car that things drew back into focus.
Perhaps they're looking for me. They found out. They know. I should have done something. What? Killed her? Killed Laura? Oh, you're crazy thinking things like that. It's 3 o'clock. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 hours. I'll go to a movie. They wouldn't find me in there. They wouldn't think of looking there. It'll pass the time.
She went into the first movie theater she saw, not looking at the marquee. Paid her admission, almost ran inside, then sank into the worn, shiny seat and leaned back in semi-darkness and watched the flickering light on the screen before her without seeing or caring about its content. It was 5 o'clock when the second feature began playing. For 10 minutes she watched, now seeing and hearing because the fantasy had momentarily taken her out of herself.
Not 7, you jerk. 8. Look, I got 34 apples, right? Right. You take 30 from me, right? Right. But you're a good guy. You hear that, Max? He says I'm a good guy. You give me back 3. I get 7 now. You got 8. 4 and 4's 8. Oh, you ain't got no brains. It's arithmetic. 7. 8. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8. Okay. 8. He said 8. You heard him? I heard him. 8 it is. Is he dead? Did you kill him? You think I want to go to the chair?
She went out and didn't notice the side glances as she half ran down the street, her sobs catching in her throat, tears streaking her cheeks.
I killed him. He was bad. He should have been killed. But they wouldn't understand. I wish it was tomorrow. Tomorrow. I wish I was asleep, that I wouldn't wake up. No. Then I'd be dead. She'll be dead at 8 o'clock. She'll be...
Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry, officer.
You all right, ma'am?
Yes, I'm all right.
You sick?
Why? I don't look sick, do I? I'm fine.
You don't want to go wandering out on the street like that. You could get hurt.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm late, excuse me.
Sure.
The patrolman looked after her, puzzled, caught the eye of a bystander, shrugged, exchanged an understanding grin, and continued his beat. It was 6 o'clock when she turned into a quiet cocktail lounge on a side street, needing the drink now to forget, to blot out the last 2 hours of waiting. She couldn't go home. She knew they'd be waiting for her there. Not be seen again on the street until it was dark, until after 8 o'clock. And she sat in a shadowed booth, drinking slowly, then faster and faster, hoping for the dulling of sensibilities.
I'm not drunk. And I want to be.
Well, hello. Alone?
Alone? Yes.
Can I, buy you a drink?
A drink?
Oh, it's kind of lonesome sitting here, isn't it? Oh, waitress.
She drank with him, and he was faceless, nobody. She didn't even care that he sat close to her in the booth, urging her...
How about another drink, honey?
Slyly, insinuating. He said things that she didn't hear. It passed the time.
What's the time?
Oh, it's early.
No. What time is it?
You got a date? Break it.
I think I'm drunk now.
It's okay. Who is it? We're having fun, are we?
What's the time?
Well, it's 7. What do you care? Hey, how would you like
to go now? Goodbye.
What are you giving me?
I killed somebody, and I've got to go.
You're not feeling any pain, honey. Come on, let's have one for the road.
Goodbye.
Outside, it was dusk. She stood swaying for a moment, and the sidewalk tipped under her. She walked slowly, carefully.
In an hour, she'll be dead. In an hour. I wonder how long it takes to die. I think I know how she must feel now. Except she won't have to feel anymore. And I'll have to go on like this. Like today. Every day.
She stopped on the corner.
No, I don't think so. Is there a police station anywhere near here?
5 blocks down and on your right.
Thank you.
It was 7:15 when she went into the police station and said to the sergeant,
I want to give myself up. I killed John Bailey.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you a transcribed story of a woman who finds a letter warning of death and has only 3 hours to deliver it. We call it The Death Parade. So now, starring Paula Winslow, here is tonight's suspense play, The Death Parade.
Hey, some parade, huh?
I'll say.
Boy, there's something about a parade, huh?
Yeah, you can say that again.
Well, it sure has been a nice day for it.
Yeah? Not a cloud in it. Hey, look! Up there, on the roof.
Where?
The Benson building. Hey! Look out! Look out! Hey, she's going to fall! Go back! Oh, my God! No! Go back!
All right now, Miss Johnson, let's try and talk about this, huh? Now, this girl fell or was pushed off a roof this morning, and you say you were the only other person there at the time?
Well, I was. I told you. Oh, what do you mean, push? You mean you think that I... Oh, how can you?
I know you're upset, but will you just take it easy and try to answer
Upset? I'm nearly out of my mind. I don't see how you can expect me to tell you anything. First you accuse me, and now you... Oh, how can you policemen be so unfeeling? All I was trying to do was... Oh, it's freezing in here. You've no right to...
Miss Johnson. Try some of this coffee. It'll make you feel better. Now, you've told us you know something about this accident, something more than we already know.
Yes, I do, Lieutenant. I mean, it never would have happened. Don't you see?
Sure. Now, come on, drink this. This will help you.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it's spilled.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. We'll clean it up later.
Well, that's how it started. You see? That's how it started this morning. Just like that. The coffee. That poor girl wouldn't have died if the coffee hadn't spilled. That's just how it started. My name's Ellen Johnson. I work at the Farnsworth Chemical Plant. For 12 years, I've been there and never missed an hour of work. That is, until today. It was so unnecessary. That horrible, rude little man. He was the one. I'm very precise about my daily habits. Very. When you live alone, you arrange things that way. In the morning, I arise and allow myself time to take coffee and toast at the cafe on my corner. I've always disliked cooking in the morning. I leave the cafe at 8:15 precisely in order to be at my desk exactly at 9. This morning was the same, just the same, except for that horrible man. He was awful. As I sat at the counter, I could feel him there, 2 seats away, thin and dark, making a nasty noise as he drank his coffee. It was all his fault.
Gonna see the parade this afternoon, miss?
Oh, no, I'm afraid I'll be working.
That's too bad. Should be good for business.
Yes, I imagine so.
Anything else?
Hey, you.
Oh, no, thank you.
It's 25. Coffee and toast, is it right?
Yes.
Thanks.
Hey, you. Pass the sugar, will you?
Good morning.
See you tomorrow.
What's the matter? I asked for the sugar. You can't pass it?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, why, look at that. You deliberately spilled that coffee all over my skirt. Oh,
Gee, ain't that a shame? What a clumsy. Gee, am I sorry.
He wasn't. He wasn't in the least sorry. He'd done it on purpose. On purpose. I was wearing a gray silk dress, and it was probably ruined. He just stood there and wiped at the stain with his napkin, smiling. Dirty, crooked teeth. I pushed him away and walked out. I knew I was going to be late because I had to change, so I went home again. If I hadn't gone home, this awful thing might never have happened. It took me 15 minutes to get back to the apartment, change my dress, and leave again for the office. I'd walked 3 blocks when I saw the letter. It was lying on the pavement in front of an apartment house. Because I'm very meticulous about my filing in the office, I can't bear things to be out of place. I suppose that's why I picked it up. It was unsealed and addressed simply to Miss Sheila Mannix. No house number or street. Dear Sheila Mannix, you don't know me. I just got into the city. It doesn't matter who I am, but this is a warning. Believe me, you better take notice. Jack's got it in for you. Oh, I stopped reading. There was more, but I didn't want to go on. It frightened me a little, and, well, I'm not one to pry into other people's business. But this wasn't prying, really. It wasn't. The letter was important. Whoever had written it must have forgotten to put the address on it, and it had fallen out of their pocket. I made up my mind then. I'd go into the apartment house. It was possible that the writer lived there and on his way out had dropped it. The building was quite small, and the janitor probably knew his tenant's handwriting. Let me see. Janitor. Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, are you the janitor?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We got no vacancies.
Oh, no, I don't. Look, this letter, it's not addressed. Do you know the handwriting? I thought maybe
Nobody by that name living here.
I didn't ask you that. All I want you to do is to tell me if you recognize the handwriting. It might belong to someone living here.
How come you opened it?
Well, it was lying on the pavement outside.
She'll give it to the mailman.
But it's important. I mean, what's in the letter. I think she ought to get it.
So the post office will forward it.
Oh, can't you see there's no address? How can they forward it? How stupid.
Listen, you don't have to get nasty. I got enough trouble now. I told you she don't live here no more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, who doesn't live here anymore?
Mannix. She had 2A about 6 months ago.
Sheila Mannix lived here. Well, where did she move to? Can you tell me?
No forwarding address.
But I must find her.
Sorry, lady, I can't help you.
I thought of the police then. I should have told them about the letter, but I didn't. I didn't know what else was in it then. All I could think of at that moment was finding Sheila Mannix and giving her the letter and forgetting it. I went back to my own apartment and looked through the telephone book. There were 2 Sheila Mannixes listed. The first lived on Maple Street and the second on South Tower. I rang the Maple number first.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Is this Miss Sheila Mannix speaking?
Oh, Mrs. Sheila Mannix? Who's this?
Well, my name is Ellen Johnson, and I found a letter this morning addressed to a Sheila Mannix. I thought it was important, and I wanted to make sure it got to the right party.
Well, who's it from?
Well, that's it. You see, I don't know.
Have you opened it?
Well, yes, but I only read a few lines.
Oh.
Do you know someone named Jack?
Jack, well, yes, I do have a nephew.
Oh, then
well,
perhaps...
but he's in Colorado, though.
It seems to be some sort of a warning.
Warning? I'm afraid I don't understand.
The letter says that Jack has got it in for you. It's a warning.
Well, I'm afraid the letter isn't for me because, you see, my Jack is only 10 years old.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to have troubled you.
Oh, it's all right. Bye.
As I hung up, I realized that the Sheila Mannix I was looking for might not even have a telephone. She might not even be living in the city any longer. I looked at my watch. 9 o'clock. There was my job, but the second Sheila Mannix listed in the directory lived on South Tower. I dialed the number, then got the letter out of my purse and read it. This time I read all of it. Dear Sheila Mannix, don't know me. I just got into the city. Who I am. So, warning. Believe me, you better take notice. Jack's got it in for you. He was drunk one night, told me about it. Somebody you knew pretty well died last year. He didn't fall off that building. He was pushed, and Jack did it. Said he was going to get you, too. Oh, dear. I would have told the police, but they'd start to get nosy about me. Jack's on his way here, and from the way he talks, he'd better not find you around. He talked crazy about a parade. The corner of Main and Thomas at 12 o'clock. That's when he's going to do it. A friend. I sat there, holding a piece of paper that carried a death warning for a woman I'd never seen. And I knew where and when she was going to be killed.
You are listening to The Death Parade, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
You can't blame a man for being ambitious, but when the man is a blackmailer and he gets overambitious to collect from a client, you can't blame the client for trying to break off the unhealthy business arrangement. Tomorrow night on CBS Radio's FBI in Peace and War, hear the details of The Fall Guy. It's a story of a guy who made too much of a good thing out of a good thing until G-Men got wind of the way he did it. Remember, every Wednesday night over most of these same stations, hear the FBI in Peace and War.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Miss Paula Winslow, starring in tonight's production, The Death Parade, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
The second Sheila Mannix's address was 317 South Tower Street. I got my car out and drove there. It must have been nearly 9:45 when I drew up outside. It was an old rooming house. Oh, hurry up. Come on.
Yeah? What do you want?
Well, I'm very sorry to trouble you. Is your name
You
Sheila...
have to talk louder. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder if you could tell me, is your name Sheila Mannix?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not.
But the phone book has a Sheila Mannix listed at this address.
Well, it's her phone. She pays for it. I never have no cause to use it.
She does live here, then?
She has a room upstairs. What's the matter? You the police?
Oh, no. Well, does she work? Is she at work now?
How should I know? I never ask her where she goes. What's she done?
You mean you don't know? You don't know where she works? Well, then, do you know where she lived before she moved here?
No, she never says nothing. She's quiet and keeps to herself.
Oh. But where can I find her? It's important that I learn where she is right away.
She'll be home prompt by 7, always is. Come back then if you got to see her.
Oh, 7 will be too late. I've got to find her now before 12.
There ain't no use shouting at me, miss. I can't tell you no more than I have already. Don't know nothing about Sheila Mannix.
Now I knew I'd wasted far too much time. I had to call the police. There was a drugstore on the corner, and I ran down the block to it. I was terribly afraid, and even more, there was a feeling that the house I'd just left was the home of the woman I couldn't find.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Do you have a phone?
There's one over there, but it's out of order.
Oh, well, then could I use yours? It's an emergency.
I'm sorry, I don't have a
Well,
private
I've got to call the police. Now, look, I've never been mixed up in anything like this before. It's a letter I found this morning, a warning about somebody being killed.
Say, that sounds bad. There's a phone in the next door. Use that.
Well, maybe you know her. She lives down the block.
Well, who's that?
Sheila Mannix. She's the one. At least I think so.
Mannix? Oh, yes. Mannix. Yes, she comes in often to have a prescription filled.
Oh.
Very nice young woman.
Well, but do you know anything about her? I mean, where she works? I've got to find her right away.
Oh, no,
now,
I
please,
don't.
it's urgent. I asked her landlady, and she didn't know.
It seems to me she did mention it once.
Well, think. You must think. Now, please.
Well, now, wait a minute. It was just the other day we were chatting while I filled her prescription. Let me see. She said something about
Was it a restaurant? A cashier, maybe?
No.
A department store? Elevator operator?
No.
Oh, dear. Hats, clothes, shoes?
think so.
An usher? A telephone operator?
No, that doesn't hit some. I'm
You're
sorry.
not thinking. Now try.
Well, listen, ma'am, if I could help you, I would. But
Well, has she any friends in the neighborhood? Somebody who might know?
never mentioned it.
Can't you remember? Maybe she worked in an office. Well?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be with you in just a minute, sir. Excuse me a moment. There's a customer there. You better go next door and call the
But
police.
can't you remember?
I'll be back.
Maybe a chorus girl. But does she work in a bookstore? Oh, I can't wait. I'll come back after I've called.
Ma'am, wait a minute.
Yes?
I remember.
Oh.
You said bookstore.
Yes?
Well, it's a book company or something like that. Simmons. That was it. Simmons Book and Stationery Corporation. That was it. Simmons
Thank you.
Book and
It's
Stationery
on Main.
Corporation.
Yes, I know the place. Thank you very much. Simmons Book and Stationery Company. Why, I'd been in there dozens of times. She might even have waited on me. I looked at my watch. 10:30. I really meant to call the police, but I didn't know how long it would take to explain, and even then they might not investigate without seeing the letter first. I thought of the corner of Main and Thomas and the parade and 12 o'clock. An hour and a half. I ran to my car. I knew that once I found Sheila Mannix and gave her the warning, she'd be safe. There was a lot of traffic. It took me nearly half an hour to get to the Simmons Book and Stationery Company. The clock outside showed 4 minutes to 11.
Good morning. May I help you?
Oh, yes, please. I'd like to speak to Miss Mannix, Miss Sheila Mannix. I understand that she works here.
I'm very sorry, ma'am, but Miss Mannix had an appointment.
She's not here?
Sorry, but...
But where did she go?
I think to the doctor.
Well, what doctor? Where? Now, when did she leave?
Now, if you'll wait here, I'll find out for you.
I could have cried. And that silly, precious little salesman, he took forever. How long does it take to get an address? I started to walk to the back of the store when he came down the aisle toward me.
Sorry to have taken so long. A customer on the phone, you know.
It's all right. I don't care. Just give me that doctor's address.
Why, yes, I have it right here. Dr. Morton, 101 Flower.
101 Flower, Dr. Morton. When did she leave?
Oh, I forgot to ask.
Oh, no. I'm going there now. Now, look, listen. Yes? If she comes back, if I miss her, you tell her to stay right here.
Yes.
You understand? Don't let her leave the store again until I come back.
No.
Don't let her leave. It's a matter of life and death.
Oh, well, all right. Is something wrong?
Something wrong. I ran to the telephone booth. I knew I'd done as much as I could alone to save that poor girl.
Police Department, Sergeant Leonard.
Police. Now listen. Please listen carefully. There's a murder going to be committed at 12 o'clock.
Who is it?
Oh, what does it matter? My name's Ellen Johnson. Please, I found a letter in the street this morning. It was to a woman called Mannix, a Sheila Mannix.
Would you spell that, please?
Oh, Mannix, Mannix. There's not time for me
When did you find the letter?
I told you this morning. What difference does it make? Oh, it was 9, I think.
Well, why didn't you call earlier?
Well, I didn't. I tried to find her myself. I think I know where she is now.
Have you got the letter with you?
But yes.
Would you read it, please?
Oh, there isn't time. You've got to send some men here. It's a warning. Somebody called Jack is going to kill her at 12 o'clock on the corner of Main and Thomas.
There's a parade going on then. Now, what does this woman look like? Can you give us a description?
No, I've never seen her. I don't even know her.
You say you think you know where she is?
Yes, at a Dr. Morton, 101 Flower Street.
Where are you calling from?
Simmons Book and Stationery Store. She works here.
Well, will you get a description of the woman, please? I'll wait.
Yes, of course, but don't hang up. I found the young man again, and he told me what Sheila Mannix looked like. I got back to the phone and told the officer. Short, about 5'2", thin, possibly 90 pounds, wearing a brown coat with a brown shoulder strap bag.
We'll try to find her, Miss Johnson. Now, please stay there. I'll have an officer come to the store to pick up the letter.
I put the receiver on the hook and sat in the booth. I was shaking. My hands were wet. It was 11:20. Somewhere outside, I heard a band playing. The parade must have started. I stayed in the shop, and the minutes passed. 11:30, 25 to 12. At 20 minutes to, I just couldn't stand it any longer. The waiting, the awful waiting. I had to do something. I called Sheila Mannix's house again. There was just that chance, that slight chance. Maybe she went home after the doctor. Maybe she's there. Oh, 2 more. No, 3. Let it go 3 more. Oh, be there. You must.
Hello?
Oh, Miss Mannix.
Who is this?
Miss Mannix. You'll never know. Oh, listen. You don't know me.
You have to speak louder. I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Who is this? Miss Mannix?
No, Miss Mannix isn't here. This is the landlady. I'm cleaning up. Is there a message?
I couldn't stay in that store any longer. I gave the letter to the salesman and told him to give it to the police when they arrived. It was 11:45. Main Street was alive with people. It seemed as though the whole city had turned out to watch the parade. To me, it was the same parade of last year and all the years before. But today there was a difference. The floats and the bright carriages meant nothing to me. I pushed my way along the street toward the intersection of Main and Thomas. I couldn't have stayed away if it were my own life depending on it. The crowd was so thick that it was impossible to see anything from the street, and I had to see. Then I thought of the Benson building and the roof. If I was up on the roof, I could see everything that happened on that corner. It was 5 to 12 when I got in the elevator and took it up to the 19th floor. I had to walk to the roof, and I could scarcely breathe as I opened the door and stepped out into the bright sun. Instinctively, I knew that this was the building. The same building that the man in the letter had been pushed from last year. For a minute, I didn't see anyone, and then, at the corner, standing near the edge, looking down, I saw her. A short woman, quite thin, dressed in a brown coat and a shoulder strap bag. Oh, Miss Mannix. You are Miss Mannix, aren't you? I've been looking for you. It's about a man called Jack. He's looking. Oh, it's all right now. It's all right. Please, don't be frightened. Don't move back. Don't. The edge. Don't. Oh, what's the matter? Get away from there. Oh, no. No. Ow!
That's how it happened, huh?
Yes, I tried.
You spend from 9 o'clock until 12 looking for, and you don't call us until 45 minutes before it happens.
Well, I told you why.
You know something, Miss Johnson? I think you're lying.
Lying? Why, how dare you say that? I was doing what I thought was right.
You picked up a letter, a warning letter, and you go to a janitor, you call people on the phone, but not the police.
Well,
You visit Sheila Mannix's house, you talk to the landlady, you talk to the neighborhood druggist, salesman of the bookstore, all witnesses, all alibis.
I wanted to find her,
And then
to warn
you
her.
call the police when you're sure it's too late.
Well, how did I know she'd be up there? How?
Well, you've set up a mighty nice alibi for yourself. You were alone with Sheila Mannix. Now, who's to say you didn't push her?
Oh, stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. You've no right. I was trying to help her, that's all. I won't listen to you. I'm going
You
home.
sit down, Miss Johnson. Now go on, sit down. That's better. I'm holding you for a while. It's going to take more than a cock and bull story like that to get you out of this. We're going to check, Miss Johnson. We're going to do an awful lot of checking.
I was a good citizen. I did my duty. I tried to save her, and you would...
Can I see you for a minute?
Yeah. Now you just stay right there, miss. We're not through yet.
Oh, murder. That's what they're saying. I murdered her. He's saying that to me. After all the good, I was only trying... Now, what are they saying? It's about me. I know it. I know it.
Well, that does it then. Well, Miss Johnson, we know what happened now.
You know? What do you mean you know? I told you. That's how it happened. Every
Now, I'll
word.
tell you something. I've got to believe you. There's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing you can do. Well, what should you do? Instead of frightening the life out of me, you should
Now, will you
thank
listen
me
to me for a change? Miss Johnson, I'd like nothing better than to throw the book at you, but I can't. We've got the man called Jack. He was picked up in the parade.
There. I was right.
The
I was
fellow
right.
that wrote the letter you found figured Miss Mannix might have moved. He didn't know where, so this morning he called the police. He told them the story, and that's how we caught her.
But then that... Then she was safe. He couldn't have killed her.
That's right.
Well, why was she on the roof? Why did she go there? She wasn't in any danger then, was she?
Oh, yes, she was. From you, because you found her and frightened her to death.
I was only telling her that there was nothing to be afraid
Oh,
of.
sure, that's all. You know, she was standing in the same place where her boyfriend was killed a year ago. And then you come along and mention the name of the man that she knew killed him. Now maybe you know why she was afraid and backed away from you. You didn't do a thing. Well, I want you to know something. I want you to sleep with it for the rest of your life. If you just called the police when you picked up that letter, Sheila Mannix would be alive right now. Now, you think about that, huh?
I can't see where I was wrong. Well, maybe I should have called sooner, but I did call. If you hadn't taken
get
so
out
long...
of here, will you? Get out, please, Miss Johnson. It's just too bad we can't send you where the other guy's going. He killed last year, you did it today, and just as sure as if you'd shot her. Now, go on, get out, Miss Johnson, please.
Well, it's all right, Lieutenant. I understand. I can see why you're upset, and I am sorry. I was only doing what I thought right. That's all. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't. If they'd got there sooner, it never would have happened. I've nothing to reproach myself about. Nothing. Oh, dear, I'm so upset. Whole day's work. My gray silk dress ruined. They'll never be able to get that coffee stain out.
Suspense, in which Miss Paula Winslow starred in tonight's presentation of The Death Parade. Next week, we bring you a story of a postmaster and his search for an unwelcome package. We call it Fragile Contents Death. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is transcribed in Hollywood by Anthony Ellis. Tonight's story was written by Shirley Gordon. The music was composed by Rene Garrigan and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Stacey Harris, Jack Crucian, Frank Gerstle, Clayton Post, George Walsh, Virginia Eiler, Howard McNear, Helen Cleve, and Jack Carroll.
Leave it to enterprising Americans to make a good thing of the Ground Observer Corps. Many a boy has met many a girl on the skyline parapets of the ground observers, indicating that a 2-hour tour of voluntary duty doesn't require the eyes to be aloft every minute of the time. Join the ground observers at your local civil defense office. 2 hours a week is all you need serve at your own convenience. Stay tuned now for 5 minutes of CBS News, to be followed on most of these same stations by My Son Jeep. America listens most to the CBS Radio Network. America listens most to the CBS Radio Network.